feedback of the online sessions. This will be one of the last one of the year. We will cover today the K.BLONDE and also the K2.0. And please keep in mind that the chat part is open. So if you have any question through the session we are having, just please write it and I will answer right away. So today we will start the session first with the K.BLONDE, and we will talk about here the concept, and also we will cover the looks of the K.BLONDE. So if we can switch to the next one. Yes, and also we can switch to the next one. Perfect. So if some of you already know the LAKMÉ, you heard about it, that for us is really important, the sustainable philosophy. If any of you had been lucky enough to be here at the headquarters, you could see that we are using solar system, you could see that we are cleaning our water, also reusing our water, and the laboratory is constantly working on to create sustainable formulas for our products. And of course, when we were renewing and adding some extra for the K.BLONDE line, it was a really important point of it. Also, we changed the packaging, so we have less impact on the environment. What is also really important for us when we are doing any type of lightening process or toning process, we would like to protect the hair. So it was really important for us to give a protective ingredients for every product we are using, and also it was really important for us to use organic protective ingredients. So one of the actives we are using, it's a pectin, which is a polysaccharide. And how it works when we are bleaching the hair, that when the peroxide is getting interacted with the bleach, it's forming a gel, and this gel is covering the hair. It's giving us a protective layer, a safety net, which is not a layer which wouldn't let the product to penetrate. So the product can penetrate, but it protects the hair fiber, so we can minimize the damage of the hair while we are doing the bleaching process. And this one is present in the K.BLONDE Classic powder. The next active we are having is a cationic hyaluronic acid. As some of you know, it's present, the hyaluronic acid nowadays, almost everywhere in the face care. And what is the benefit of the hyaluronic acid? That it locks, it keeps the moisture inside the hair. And it's really important for us because whenever we are doing some sort of lightening process or anything chemical for the hair, most of the times we are losing the moisture of the hair, actually the water from the hair. So this really small molecule actually can contain a lot of water and can seal this moisture inside the hair. And moreover, it's a cationic one, which means it has a positive charge. Why we need a positive charge? Because normally when we have a damaged hair, or maybe your client comes with the over-bleached hair, the hair has a negative charge. So when we have a positive charge of the hyaluronic acid, it's like a magnet can attract each other and then can affect the hair much better. It has a much better, sealing the water and the usage of it. So this small molecule penetrates deep into the fiber and it restores the hydration of the hair. And when we are bleaching, the hydration is the key. And then we have, for the toners, we have the ceramide, the actives, which is preventing the hair damage. Normally, when we are doing any decoloration, we are losing these lipids, and these ceramides are just building back these lipids what we are losing with the bleaching process. So it's a perfect match when you are doing a bleaching to do a toner which contains the ceramide. And why it was important for us to create a new bleaching powder is because we know that many of you is working in different countries with different type of hair, with different techniques, and we wanted you to be able to choose what kind of bleaching powder you would like to use. So like this, we could even create a new generation formula, which is giving us a perfect amount of persulfate and a perfect level of pH. So we even got one step ahead of bleaching. So this is the bleach what we are talking about, the new one, the K.BLONDE Advance, which is able to to lighten up to 8 real tones. With the other one, with the classic one, it's similar. We are saying like it's 8 tones. So what is the difference between the 8 tones and the 8 real tones? I would say that this is giving us a more neutralized base, and then the classic one is giving a more natural base of the hair. Here, as I mentioned before, we have a protective formula with the hyaluronic acid, and the real tones, as I mentioned, is like deeply cleans the yellow highlights. So at the end of the day, it's easier to tone off the hair when we have this really nice clean base. What is also really important, that the texture of it is amazing. It's a really creamy, it's really elastic. You can use it for many techniques what you would like to have. And the other thing, that it has the fast action push. So what does it mean, the fast action push? It means that even I can bleach the hair. Of course, before I need to talk with the client, I need to see what I would like to reach, how is the hair exactly. But if I feel that I can use lower volume, with this definitely I can go with lower volume, and it still keeps the potential of the bleach. So even I can lighten the hair with 6 volume if I see that the hair is able to lighten with that. And we have like the classic one, which lighten up to 8 tones. It's a really secure, it's a really safe bleach. It's like giving you the result in a longer term, so it's a bit like slower. So if you feel like you don't want to lighten too much, if you feel that you want to be 100% secure because maybe you are still slower, definitely you can go with this one, and you can use this one in the salon as well. Here you can see the difference between the two. Like, as we see, we have difference with the active, we have different with the texture. The K.BLONDE Classic is more like just creamy, and the K.BLONDE Advanced, it's like more like elastic one. And then that for the techniques, like the classic one, we recommend for the foil technique, and with the K.BLONDE Advanced, you can use many different techniques because here the mixing ratio is flexible. For the classic, we are using to 1 to 2, and here we can go to 1 to 1.5 to 1 to 3. Normally, most of the times here in the academy, we are using 1 to 2, but it really depends on you, like what kind of techniques you want, what you feel comfortable to work with, what is the texture, what you are looking for, and with this you can definitely play. So here we see the packaging. Yes, it's no problem, we can go to the next one. Here we see the flexible packaging. So it used to be with the rigid one, if some of you remembers, and now it comes with the flexible packaging, which for me personally, I like it a lot because I don't really get interacted with the bleach that much. It's for storing, like for me it's much more easier, it's not taking that much space, and for me it's much easier to actually see how much I want exactly. And moreover, this, like we could use it up to 7% less plastic than a rigid container. So we could reduce of our plastic usage as well, which is really important. For the toners, it's for me important to highlight that it's vegan and it's ammonia-free. I think many of you in the salon has this question, if the product is vegan, if it contains ammonia. If someone is concerned about this, they can go with the K.BLONDE toner because it's really suitable for them. And what is really nice, that we have new tones, new pastel tones. We have the peach, we have the sand, and we have the rose color. And what I love the most, that we can mix it with a gloss. So we can really personalize tones, personalize colors. I really like the K.BLONDE toners because they don't have a base. So that means if, for example, I have level 8 gloss tone and I would like to just change it a little bit, like maybe add like some rose shine, I can do it, and it's not going to change the level of my gloss toner. And also, since it's mixable with them, you can create like many different type of colors and different type of formulas, and you can really personalize your color for your customer, which I think nowadays is really important. Like now, we are not really living in the time that we can do the exact same thing whenever we are doing hair. Like we have all the social media, everything, like our clients are really well knowing like what kind of trendy colors are there in the market at the moment, like what they would like to try. Like it's really developing, so we have to keep up with it. And with this, you always can give a little bit different things for them, a little bit personalizing more and see what is the more suitable for them. And moreover this, the gloss is having like the ingredients jojoba oil, and then we have the caramel in the K.BLONDE, so that means like we can give like extra moisture and extra well-being for our hair. So when we mix them, we even like have this extra plus thing that we are really, other than toning, neutralizing the hair, we are treating it really well too. Here you can see the tones. As before, we had the clear, we had the silver, we had the pearl. It didn't change. The thing about them, the silver and the pearl, is like really pigmented. So if we would like to have a really fast result when we are doing the toning, we can go with those ones. Most probably we will have a result like in 5-10 minutes. So if we would like to have a fast service, we can go with it. Me personally, I like to dilute it with the clear, because then I have more time and it's more visual for me to see what's going to happen with the hair, and I can leave it on up to 20 minutes. And then the new tones, the peach, the sand, and the rose, for me it's like the perfect pastel colors. You can leave it 20 minutes. If you leave it up to maybe 25 minutes, you are not going to get surprises. It's like really nice balanced color. It's really nice pastel one. And if you would like to maybe like have an extra power of it, then you can apply to dry hair, for example. Then you will get the full potential of the color if you are applying it in dry hair. And if you would like to, like maybe in the backwash, as most of you may be doing the toners, you can apply it there as well on a towel, dry hair, and leave it up to 20 minutes, and you will see your tone. If you would like to even more stronger, maybe pink or peach, you can mix it with the gloss, you can mix it with the mixed tone of the gloss, and you can give like extra pigments of the rose or of the sand, or if any of it like you feel like it needs a bit of extra power. And of course, when we are doing bleaching, we are using the K2.0 protection. At the moment, I wouldn't go so deep into it, because after this, we will see the K2.0 as well. So let's go to the other slide and see how the coloration happening. For me, this picture is really, really important. It's crucial, like for me, and I think for most of the professionals, like this is how a bleaching process should look like. So first, to understand like what we see, we have to understand what is the alkaline pH, and we have to understand what is the acidic pH. So what's happening? Normally the hair is having like a 5.5 pH, which is like a balanced pH. It's more like on the acidic side. And then we would like to keep the hair, of course, acidic, because like that time the hair is like the cuticles are closing. But whenever I do anything chemical, I would like to do color, I would like to do bleach or toning, we go on a more alkaline pH, because that's let us to open the cuticle, and then all of the product can penetrate the hair and make the changes we are wishing. So here we see that we are starting at the 5.5 pH. We are using the K2.0 mist as a first step, which I will explain for you later on, like how we are using and what is it exactly. And then we go with the bleach, with the lightening. As we see, it's a pretty alkaline process. And what is really important to tell, like what you see there, pH, is the pH of the hair. Because we have the pH of the product, we have the pH of the hair without the product, and of course when it's applied, we are having the result pH, so we see that number over there. So as you saw, like if we have a pretty alkaline one, then you are doing a shampoo, you are doing a conditioner, you are doing an L2, and that's the time when we are arriving this 4.0 pH. And what I would love to highlight here, it's really important not to miss out any of this step, because if I miss out the conditioner, then my hair is not on the pH what I'm expecting. It's not going to be on the level 5. Maybe it's going to be on pH 6. So when I'm doing the L2, I cannot reach the 4.5. So the end result most probably is not going to be on the pH as we see now here in this diagram. So After putting the shampoo, put the conditioner. I heard so many times from so many hairdressers that they are not using conditioner because they are thinking that now we are an alkaline opening the hair and we shouldn't open more, we shouldn't close the hair because we still want to have a toner, we want to have everything. Don't forget that the toner is working with the oxidant, it's already alkaline, it will open the hair structure as much as it needs. It doesn't need to be open for it to work effectively. Moreover, it's much better if the hair is perfectly closed, and then it's opening it as much as it needs. It's like, let's imagine this, it's more like a little door. I can open it a lot, I can open it a little. For the toner, we don't need to open this door a lot, so that's why it's important to, after the conditioner, use the L2. Some of you say so many good things about it, and I hope that after this even most of you will use it. It's a leave-in conditioner, which is really acidic. It has a really acidic pH, like a level 3. And it's like really preparing the hair for the toner. I love to use when for example, I'm doing like any technique of bleaching. I rinse the hair and I'm doing everything, and when I go back for the toner and I want to brush the hair, I brush the hair with this section by section, I'm applying the product, and then with this I prepare it for the toner. So then we are using the toner, as we see we are going to more alkaline pH, because that time of course something chemical reaction is happening on the hair. And then end of the process we are using the K2.0 mask, which going to leave the hair almost on the same pH level as we started the process. So for me it's really important to see this, maybe take a screenshot or like just to understand that how the process should be and what we should respect every time when we are doing this kind of bleaching, and why is it important for us, like why we need to respect this. Because of course in the salon you can have problem that you are afraid maybe bleaching on a certain level. Maybe you are afraid, or maybe it happened to you that the customer came back or in the next time was saying like, oh, the toner didn't last long. Or just you see that the hair is really porous, it's not in the stage where you would like to see it. So if you're following this, then most probably you are not gonna face this kind of problems. This is the process if you are doing, then the tone has the chance to have last the longest. So of course after this it's really important for them to use at home a good shampoo. A deep care, for example, for me in this process is perfect. Use the conditioner, use the mask, use the surface of the K2.0. But if you would like to not to have like that type of surprise, or you are really want to secure yourself that you will give the best result and the best service you can, then this is the way to go. Perfect. So here we see the packaging. Here we can see the old packaging of the K.BLONDE, and you see the new one. And what is important that even the toners, like the packaging, what we have the paper, is recycled and recyclable packaging. And now we will see a bit of video and see you after.
K.BLONDE, the ultimate protection for blondes. The bleaching treatment with one of the most advanced performances on the market. A new generation of high-performance vegan lightening and protective agents, Bonder Insider, that care for hair more consciously. Strengthens fiber bonds and allows for color changes, restoring the beauty of bleached hair. The K.BLONDE line is formulated with pectin, which protects the hair fiber, and hyaluronic acid, which restores hydration to virgin hair levels. The new vegan toners with ceramide 3 reproduce pastel shades with peach, sand, and rose tones, achieving the most creative colors. Unlimited creativity and without the need for separations. A progressive lightening that seeks the brightest inner part, with a precise and safe lightening, respecting the natural roots and offering the most expressive and youthful copper tone. Premium lightening with spectacular results in the vibrancy of various rose tones that brighten the hair. A modern look that highlights personality without compromising on color. A pearl midi with highlighted strands that creates a light and elegant look, highlighting the front part, playing with shadows in order to give depth to the color. The combination of multiple coloring techniques manages to create a personalized blonde look. A dazzling head of hair with the money piece style to brighten the face. K.BLONDE protects and cares for the hair fiber and inspires the professional to create the most personalized and creative blonde looks.
Perfect. I hope all of you like the video. And now we will see half-prepared balayage, which I will finish now. I guess you cannot fully see it, right? Because if not, no worries. We will just fix the screen and you will see it all. Hector is here behind the cameras doing it perfect. And now if we change, okay. Perfect. I just make sure that it's secured the head. And now what we will do, like here on the back, you can already see if I turn a little bit that we already did a bit of balayage of the hair, and I will show one part of it. This will be one of the look which we created, which was the peach look. And I would like to show you like how we were doing the freehand balayage. What we have to know about the balayage, it's something, please Hector, tell me if like they cannot see it or something. Also, please, if any of you like having problems, like you are not seeing it, let me know so we can just make it as the best for you. So here, the really important thing, we didn't make it like really difficult. Here I will use like 4 sections. And then freehand, like kind of close to the roots, but really nice melted, we will apply the product. Also, you can see like this, like how good the product is. Like this really elastic, it's really easy to work with. And also, you can see one of our new brush, which I really recommend to use. Let me do the first section. So I recommend you to work with bigger section because we will leave a bit part out, and I would like to have a bit thicker one because I don't want the product to go to the other side of the head, I mean of the hair of this section what I'm using. So I'm working with really clean sections, just separating it. Maybe I'm separating it in her face since she's not bothered.
We have one question for you.
Please. Okay, let's see the question. So until the question is coming, we have like kind of a 2-3 centimeters of section, I would say more too. I leave up a little bit. Of course, you can personalize if you would like to leave like more part which is natural. You can make it thicker. You can make 3 sections if you wish for. If you have a lot of hair, you can make 5 sections. You just have to really personalize it. So why sometimes the pearl toner turns blue? It can happen in the case when the hair is a bit over bleached, like porous, when it's already not really having any yellow tones to neutralize. It can happen that it turns bluish. So what I recommend you, it's either to use the clear or to add a little bit of gloss base, like for example 9 stroke 00, do it with the clear, and then it's make sure for you not to turn a little blue your tone. I hope that was a help. So here we are, just a second, and I'm showing you the new brush we have. So we have this new amazing balayage brush, which I love. Oh, sorry, if here I can show and you can see. Perfect. I really, really love it. And also I use it for toners. I love it because it's bigger, it's easier. So what is important, that I'm using 2 bowls. In one bowl, I'm having the product. which the product we can see is like pretty like elastic, it's not moving. So that's for me the perfect texture when I'm doing any sort of job, I mean freehand job. And then I'm taking products, but not too much. I'm not making my brush dirty, I'm trying my best. And then first I'm applying on the middle. I try to apply already, like not putting a line on the hair. I already apply it with the way that I'm trying to smoothen it. I'm trying to already really nicely put it on the hair. So I'm already creating this kind of fade. And when I feel I had enough, then I try to work through the roots. To be fair, there is no much rules that how you have to do this. Now at the moment I would like to have it a bit closer to the roots around the face, because I would like to have a face framing. But this really depends on you, like maybe your client doesn't want it, so you just keep it lower. That's why I love this technique, because in so many ways you can do it. For me, the only important thing to be able to have a really loose wrist and do this kind of painting movement with a really loose wrist and work it through. So when I feel that my fading is okay, also it can be really personalized. Some of the people really like to see that you have some sort of bleach or balayage happen there. Some people really want it melted together with the natural base, so it really depends on you. The important thing is also like how you hold the brush. I like to hold it like really flat on the hair, so like this I'm avoiding the bleach to go to the other side of the hair, like the under part, which I just want to leave it like natural. So here what I will use, that I use this paddle, and I will apply the ends as well. On the ends, depending like what you would like to reach, it's okay for both parts to get the bleach, because many times like you want the ends to be even lighter. So here, if it goes to both sides, nothing happens, but I would like to avoid it here on the middle part to happen. And for the ends to melt it really nice together, you just go through. Also, if there is an already bleached hair, already like you did some balayage and you don't want to over process it, of course, then better
¿Me puedes hacer un favor, Cosmo?
Sí, que sin batería.
Okay, can you? Sorry for everyone that you couldn't hear me well. We are about to solve the situation. At the moment it's all good, right? Everyone can hear me. Please guys write on the chat how it goes so we can make sure. Oh, good, Hector, perfect. So what I was saying, that is like really personal, like how you would like to do this technique. For the moment I'm heading to the third one. I try to take like a bit thicker sections. And also, like, don't be afraid, like if anything happens, you have a bit of like a product somewhere which you feel like, oh my god, with the brush I cannot even like equalize it too much, or I just cannot get rid of it. Just have a towel next to you. You can just like touch it with your hand, then clean it of course, and then you can just go ahead and continue your working. And what maybe you didn't hear that for me is the really importance to work really clean, so you avoid to have any patchiness. So now still we are working through with the product with a really flat brush. And for the moment I'm going close to the roots. Of course you can keep more like V shade. You can keep it like as I'm doing, just like closer to the roots. Some people like it like diagonal, so you leave more depth on the back. I recommend you to try out each of the technique, and then you will find like, first of all, like how to use them with different clients, how to mix them, and also you can find out that which is the most comfortable for you, which giving you the best result. Tell me.
Yeah, what volume are you using?
At the moment I'm using 18 volume. As I mentioned before, I don't know if you heard me that time, in this time, like, we shouldn't forget that we are working like freehand, so it's on the air, it's not with the foil or anything. So I recommend to use, like, depends on the hair, but normally a bit higher volume. So now I'm heading to the last piece. I'm taking out one and then working with the last one. Comb it through, hold it tight, because otherwise if you are bending it or hiding it, holding it really high, you can have problem after that maybe the application is not as good as you thought that you were doing it. Also you can like make your hair a bit dirty with the product, which not something we are wishing for. So I'm applying the last one. Here I try to go close on the front to give this kind of money piece feeling, but not as strong as I would do it with the foil. And then with the rest one I just work it near to the roots. I mean a bit, I would say like 3 fingers from the roots, like I start my fadings. And I recommend you to use smaller amount of product, work it through. If you feel that you need a bit more, then you are adding it. But if you use a lot of product and you try to work it, it will cause you difficulties. And I think you make your job like, much harder. And also it can be patchy. It can get to the other side of the hair, which we don't want to. So try to use small amount and always like as clean equipment as possible, like the brushes. So now we are getting to the last piece. Also, like I mentioned before, that at the moment it's not bothering me at all that for the ends, like it's getting like the product from two sides. But if you would like to avoid it, you can clean this pedal, I think that's the correct name of it, every time like when you are using it. So just have a towel next to you, and then you can just clean the product off it, so it's not going to go on the ends on the other side. But if it's a fresh bleach, I mean, like you are just doing it maybe the first time, second time, I think it's a nice thing to have on both sides, so at the end like you are having like a more lighter color. Perfect. So we finished with 4 sections. As you see, it's pretty easy to do it, and you can personalize it a lot. And here you can see the same technique step by step, like how it was made for this copper look. And just for a second, if you give me, I will show you the final result as well, because we replicated here as well the look. So just a second, and you will see how fast I could do my balayage. So here is the final result with the copper look. I will just show you around and see how nice shade like our peach has, and how shiny the hair is, and how nice is the fading from the roots till the end, and how natural it is. So with this technique you can reach it. Yes, from the back as well, you can just open it and you see that everywhere you have like the perfect fading. So I hope you like the look, I hope that you like the work we did, and I hope you will try it out in the salon as well. And here we see the final look of the fresh copper, which I think it's beautiful, and it's definitely a big change, and it's really suitable for the model. And this is the color what you can expect using the peach, but of course you can make like several other type of tones as well if you wish, and if you're willing to mix it with the gloss. And then we have another look, which is the trendy rose. Like we have a look as well in the academy for the same tone. Like here you can see, just a second, here you can see how is the pure rose looks like. So here what we did, that we bleached the full hair, we were lightening the full hair, and then we were adding a tone. Here, if you would like to personalize more, then you can add mixed tone, like the 0 stroke 90, for example, is perfect to add more power for the pink if you would like to, or if you would like to soften it, you can mix it with the clear. What is important in this case? Like when you are doing a full head of bleach, like you can have a question that what is the fine section? So I would like to show you that what is for us the fine section, and I really recommend you to keep up with it, because this will make sure to have the nice result. So just to separate the hair a little bit, and just to turn it for you to see. So for me, the fine section, I would say like kind of ½ centimeter or even a bit less, but I don't like to see the millimeters or centimeters, because it really depends on the density of the hair. So for me, until you can see through the hair, that's the right amount of hair or section you were doing. Just give me a second so I can comb it through and clip it so you can see it better. So this one, for me, the right section. You can see, I can see still actually even the color of the neck of the head. And this is the amount you should go with the fine one. And moreover, what is really, really important before starting it all, to have the right diagnosis of the hair. Like what the hair lets me to do. Like how is the base, what I would like to reach. If I have the base 5, if I have the maybe level 8, it's like really changing like what you would like to do with the hair. So first, please analyze the hair. Don't forget to do patch tests, because you can have a lot of surprises. You don't know many times like what your client was doing at home. Maybe she was doing some sort of box dye, which you don't know, or even she doesn't know that it was it. When you do a patch test, you can clearly see the whole history of the hair, and then you can decide how you are doing the process, what kind of volume you will choose, and to go with the fine section, because that will help you to have a really clean result of the hair. And for me, I love it. It's like really shiny. You can see that it's really respect actually the natural, how to put it, it's not like a wig. It's like respecting the hair. It's a bit like transparent for me, but not in a bad way, and on the best way, as we want it nowadays to have the color. And it have a perfect shine. And for me personally, I use it a lot on my hair and on the models as well. For me, it's fading away on the perfect way, the rose. And if you don't want it to fade away, then of course, other than repeating another toner, what you can do is to use a pigmented mask like the Technicolor Refresh, and you can mix like many really nice pink tone with it. Perfect. So here you can see the step-by-step how this look was made. As you can see, it was made from a really, really dark base. It was a really hard job to do it. With really tiny section, we were going from the back to the front. What is important when you are doing this kind of job? Like to check the first ones, because I think like many of you, even including me in the beginning, I was thinking like, oh, I have to do the full job at one time. I cannot wash out any section, because how does it look like, or what's going to happen? No, it's not like that. It's a lot of work. If you feel that the first one is already been there an hour and think, check it. If you feel like it needs to be rinsed, don't be afraid. You can still catch up with the rest of the hair, and then you make sure you're not over processing any part of the hair. So now we will see a video of the trendy rose. I hope you will enjoy. So you could see the whole process now even much better on the video. I hope you liked it. As you can see, like it was a really huge job, but it transformed really well. Also, you can see it like here next to me on the photo shoot, like how she looked like. I think it was really suited her. It looked beautiful. So I really hope it's really encouraging you to try out this tone as well in the salon, or just add to maybe, for example, to 10 stroke, 20, to add a bit of rose. Like if you feel that maybe your clients are not still really open to creative colors, then just try to add a little bit, like maybe add 30 gram of 1020 and add 10 gram of rose. See how it goes. If she likes it, maybe next time you can even like put more, like intensify, and also you can enjoy like this kind of vivid colors, vivid but still pastel colors. So that is a question. I understand that I do not have to wash the hair with shampoo after the toner. Yeah, normally when we are doing any decoloration process, we are washing the hair with the shampoo after the bleaching, and then it's really depending on you, like how you would like to have it after the toner. Many times it happens that the hair is clean, so actually what you need, a really good rinse, deep rinse, and then just apply the mask. If you feel that the client has a type of hair which needs another shampoo, then go with the shampoo and then you can apply the mask. If there is any other question, please don't be shy, just write it down. Also, if anything happens, at the end of the session you will see our personal Instagram. There you can write more questions, or if you have any photo of the hair which you would like to ask how it goes, please feel free. As I see, there is another one. What amount of hydrogen and blonder have you been added on this beach balayage? So in this case I was using 1:2, but it really depends on you how you would like to mix it. I mean the ratio, because as I mentioned before, it has a really flexible mixing ratio. It can go from 1 to 1.5 to 1 to 3. Of course, when we are doing balayage, I like to keep it a bit like thicker, so I would go with 1 to 1.5, 1 to 2, maybe 1 to 3 is too much liquidish, so I'm not sure it's the best for this technique, but try out. I work normally with 1 to 2 and it works perfectly for me. And normally, yes, it's a bit higher volume what you would use on the hair, like with a foil. So here we see the pearly feeling, like the pearl look. This is a technique what we did with the highlights. I think it's the one which every of us was requested a lot in the salon. Here in this case we were leaving the nape part, like the back part, without any coloration. I mean, like there we didn't put any foils, and then we did it like the rest of the part with the baby lights. And then we were using a pearl toner, and we got like this really amazing ashy color which is really suitable for the model. So here you can see the application. Also here is really important to work with clean section, to work with really small section with baby lights, because that makes sure that even the fading what we are having, which is not really a fading, but I think most of you knows what I'm talking about. When we are doing really tiny baby lights, you don't really see the beginning of the highlight, and that's the effect what we are looking for and most of the customers looking for. Here we can see the sand, like the balayage look, which many of you already like mentioned that they love it. Here we use the sand toner. As I said, the sand toner is like a really safe toner. Also, it's a bit of in between the cold and in between the warmer colors, so it's a perfect thing in the middle. And you can see here the technique. It's a balayage which is like starting a bit downer, but you have around the face this money piece section which is giving lightness for the face, which fits the model as well really well. And on the next slide we can see the step by step. So here you can see how it was made. I recommend you to, like now in the video as well, like you will see like how the technique was made, to follow it, try it out, because it really gives you really nice fading of the balayage. So please watch the video, see how is it, and tell me like how you liked it. Perfect. So that was the sand look. I hope you liked it. Like you could see, like we used many technique, weaving. We were using the zigzag technique. Also, you could see the root smooch. So I think there is a lot of things you can take home from this video, and I hope that also this one is encouraging you to try it out, and also the sand tone, because for me it's like it's a really nice and safe tone to try to ones who maybe doesn't want to go too ashy, or maybe they're afraid of like having this sort of like yellow in their hair. Then this is the balance you can find. And as I see, Hector, there is a question: why use foil with the toner rose? So yeah, so there we had a really dark base. There we had a level 5 base, and we wanted to lighten as much the hair as possible. So we were using the heat, and we can reach it with the foil, because if you are using, like for example, like a freehand balayage technique, then you cannot light it that much the hair. Like you can go 2-3 shades, maybe it's like a much more natural finish or much more natural look. But when you would like to really reach a lot of level, it's better to use the foil and even use the power of the heat to do your bleaching. Also, like there we were using 6 volume as we were like heading up to the hair. We switched to 9 on the top, but we didn't go with 18 or 28. It's rather we just used the power of the foil, like what the warmth it gives for us. So that's how we could reach that really nice, perfect look for the pink. And here what I mentioned before, that you can mix the K.BLONDE with the gloss. We already tried out some of it, which here we shared with you. If any of you like have other idea, or you tried out something, please take a photo, send it to us, because we are really curious like how you are using it and what kind of colors you can make out of it. So here is just a bit of like, let's say, cheat sheet, which you already know that is tried. It looks like on the way as you see there on the samples. So feel free to try out these ones as well and mix it as you like. And here you can see the final looks of the 4 girls who we talked about today. I think it's really nice. You can see actually like all the new tones with the first 3, and you can see the pearl, which many of you I heard that are using. And you can, I think, like find like really interesting parts of each of the model and each of the look we created. And then if we go to the next one, we will see the toners chart. And also we have a little book where you have like a lot of information about the products, about the actives, about the ingredients. So if you have it or if you can order it, I recommend you to do so, because you can also refresh the information what you heard here today. And then we have the color chart where you see all of the tones on different levels, that what you can expect, how it will look like on your client. And then we have the brush, which I showed you before, which is really important about this brush, that it's from wheat fiber. And we have this highlight paper sheet, which I'm just going to show you. This is what we used for the sand look. You could see it's a rigid one. Oh, I don't know where to move here. So it's a rigid one. I really like to use it because it's giving me the support what I need when I'm doing any sort of balayage. And if you rinse it through, of course, you can recycle it. So for me, it's a really nice help for the salon when we are doing balayage. And then here you can see the final looks again. Like here you can see Jorge Buccio. With him we collaborated about this collection. You can find him as well on Instagram. He is a creative director of LAKMÉ USA, so feel free to check him out as well. Lovely. So as we finished now K.BLONDE, if you have any question, please feel free to ask it, or if you think it through, feel free to contact me if you have anything. And on the rest of the time, we will go with the K2.0 with our protection system. I hope everyone is enjoying the today's section and you feel it's useful for you and you can take something home from the information I was sharing. So yes, as many of you were using already the iPlex and you were really happy with it, we wanted to have even like one step forward and give you even a better one with that, and something which, as you see, like the effect of it, it's lasting longer, and also something which is easier to use in the salon. So that's why we created this new K2.0 to restore the hair, and now just in a short video we will see the concept of it.
K2.0 Recover is the second-generation biomimetic treatment whose main objective is to effectively restore the most damaged areas of the hair, recovers the natural keratin, and restores strength, softness, elasticity, and shine to the hair fiber. Peptide K2.0 restores damaged keratin chains with matter identical to the hair structure. Its combination with hyaluronic acid of biotechnological origin strengthens and hydrates to virgin hair levels. The results are spectacular, shiny, and resilient hair. Kerastore 2.0 proves to be most effective on damaged hair, intelligently restoring the hair fiber. K2.0 Recover locates and acts on the most needed areas. Protector Mist, the protective spray that protects, strengthens, and increases resistance to breakage during a technical service. Restore Hair Mask, the intelligent mask that deeply restores and acts selectively in the most damaged areas. Recovers the hair's natural keratin. Hyaluronic Treatment, treatment to prolong cared for, soft, shiny, and manageable hair. It is applied at home to maintain the results of the services applied in the salon. Deeply moisturizes and repairs hair. K2.0 at the top of restoring hair.
Perfect. So I hope you liked it all. So what is the K2.0? What is really important that now we are not repairing the hair, we are restoring the hair, which is a really huge difference when we are talking about hair care. So the K2.0 is the second generation biomimetic treatment. So for this we have to understand what is biomimetic. So when we are mimicking something, that means that we are copying the exact same thing what we saw in a biological way, of course. So in this case, when we are like having like missing keratin bonds from the hair, we are mimicking the exact same keratin bonds and we are replacing it with the exact same material. So that's why we are not just repairing, we are restoring. So with this, like, it's much easier to work, much safer. You will feel secure while you are using it, that it's make sure that you are minimalizing the damage and you are restoring actually the damage what could happen because of the decoloration. Yes, so the Kerastore 2.0 is the name of the peptide. From this name actually coming the K2.0, which is, as I mentioned, it replicates the amino acid sequences found in a natural composition of the hair keratin. So how I would put it in an example just to make it really simple to understand. So for example, when we have a table and maybe we are missing one of the leg, like I can like fix it and put a leg with many material, but how it's going to be the best, like how it's going to function the better, look the better, like just doing its job the better, if I'm actually like restoring it, like fixing it with the exact same material that the hair, that this table, what is missing, like that leg or part of it, doesn't matter. And this is what we exactly doing with the hair. So I think this is what we have to understand, that how it works. It's not any type of keratin we put or any type of replacement of the keratin. Like this treatment, like intelligently detecting the places of the hair where we are missing these keratin chains, and then it's building it up with the same keratins. And of course, thanks to this, like we can see the efficiency test, like which was taken in the UK, that's what kind of results we could have. Like we can see one side what we had result with the hair where we didn't do any decoloration, and there we had like 61% of reduction in the superficial damage. So the hair was like felt like much better, much shinier. And then when we were doing any lightening service, we had 94% greater combability, and we had 48% stronger hair. And I think the numbers are like just super nicely show that how important to use it and how good and safe you can work with this product. So it has 3 phases, and it's really easy to use it because in the salon you will actually use 2 phases. The first phase, we have the protector mist. So how it works? Your client comes in, you have like all the chat, like what she would like to have, and when you are deciding that okay, you will do like any type of coloration, then you apply the mist section by section. You are applying it. You can apply from 2 to 6 pumps, sprays on the section, and then comb it through. It needs 5 minutes to be activated, and until then you can just mix your colors, you can prepare yourself, you can prepare everything. You don't need to worry. It's not affecting your decoloration, your bleach. It's not going to take the potential of your product. And even if you feel that the hair may be a bit get wet, until that 5-10 minutes you are just preparing yourself, it's just going to be like perfectly dry. It has the peptide K2.0 ingredients, which, as I mentioned before, this is what replicates the keratin bonds in the hair. And then it has the fiber enhanced ingredients, which is repairs the internal structure of the hair and rebuilds the damaged bonds. So after this, you are doing your full service, and when you are in the end of the full service, after the toner, you are applying the restore mask. This restore mask, you will feel it, that it's quite creamy. I would say it's a quite thick treatment. You will instantly feel on the hair when you are applying. It smells perfect, like it's making you like to brush out the hair like really easily. And if we go to the next slide, we can see the ingredients of it. Of course, it's the peptide K2.0, hyaluronic acid, which we talked about before with the K.BLONDE, that is just giving moisture for the hair, and that's what we need like after the decoloration. And it has a combination of organic oils, which again helping us to lock the moisture in the hair structure. I really recommend you as well to apply it section by section, comb it through. And just a side note, little advice, which like using it here in the academy, we found like really useful and informative, that if you are doing like any sort of vivid color and you see that maybe your client has like a really porous hair, it's a really like over processed hair, but you still would like to go with the peach, with the pink, with something like more vivid than the normal base, we recommend you to do this before the toner. So you make sure that your toner is lasts longer, because it's like deeply penetrating the hair. It's really moisturizing in its best, and that means that that can maybe lighten this kind of like more creative tones. So I recommend you to use it before, then put the toner, and then of course, like if you want the shampoo or just a deep rinse, and put like any type of conditioner or mask you are wishing for. And then what is really important is the third phase, and this is the one which your client will take home. So this is a treatment, you don't need to rinse, it's a leave-in one. And this is a product where you have to respect that what is the recommendation of using it. So it's like on wet hair, 1 to 3 pumps. It's one, I would say, like on my hair is more than enough. When you have like a longer hair, like a really long one, you can go to the 3 one. And then you need a heat to activate it. So we can, yes, here we see like it has pretty similar ingredients than the phase 2, but I would say that it has a lower percentage of them, which makes sure that in the home use you can prolong the benefit of the phase number 2. So if we go to the next one, here we can see that's what kind of treatments we can have. What I would like to mention that maybe some of you, because I know that many of you is still like using the iPlex and you are really happy with it, but what we need to see that yes, it worked perfect. But if you want to have a check like how is the hair maybe after 1 week, after 2 weeks, after 3 weeks that you were doing actually this treatment, we find out that the K2.0 is giving a much better result. So I recommend you to try out and see like how the hair like after you are actually doing it, because as we said, like until then we were just repairing and now we're restoring, so we build back the original keratin of the hair, and it's really effective. So here we can see with the slides of the treatments, it's really salon friendly. First of all, it's really fast, and you can offer like 2 types of treatment. One of it is the recover treatment, when we are like not doing any type of coloration. We are just washing the hair, we are towel drying the hair, section by section we are spraying with the protector mist, and then we leave it for 5 minutes, and then we use the restore hair mask, which we leave to 10 minutes. As you can see, like in, let's say, like 20 minutes, you have like the whole service, which I think it's even for you, even for the customers, it's a perfect timing. You can just add it to a normal blow dry. I recommend you, if you have a customer who has like really damaged hair, who came to you like that, they will definitely feel the difference and appreciate if you can use this sort of treatments. Of course, when you have a really perfect hair, like which maybe never had been bleached, or it never had like any problem, you can see like less result because it's already a really good state of situation of the hair. So you will see like more differences when we are actually talking about damaged hair, where it can perfectly and effectively work and build back these keratin bonds. And then the other service what we have is the ultimate protection, which is when we are doing any decoloration. Here, first you are using the mist, wait like section by section and wait like 5 minutes. Then you are doing your service, and on the end of your service, you are applying the restore mask, you are leaving it 10 minutes, and then you are rinse it with water. So now we will see a video about this. So I hope you liked the video. Then Hector, our big help behind the cameras, was reading some of the comments for me that many of you is really satisfied with the K2.0. And yeah, I saw a comment where she was mentioning, or he was mentioning, that it's really good that you don't need to measure. Yeah, it's like for me, it's way much easier to use. You don't need to, because sometimes it happens that you forget. Of course, like you are in rush, you are like doing some, maybe that could be like full head of bleach, or maybe you are just doing a balayage. It's like the second, third time you are mixing again the product. And then it can happen, of course, like in a normal salon rush, it can happen that you forget to put the eye-plex, what you need to add for your product. But here, since you already put the mist, you can mix whatever you want because the hair is already having the product on. So for me, it's like really salon and hairdresser friendly. So here we have like a brochure as well. There is many information of these slides as well, what you saw before. I recommend you to have these two, read it through. You can give also like more information to your clients. I'm pretty sure that many of it is really appreciating if they actually know it deeper, like what's happening with them. And of course they can appreciate if they know like what actually happening. So feel free, leave it in the salon, they can read it through as well, that what you are using on their hair, and also for you it's given an extra material to study. So I don't know if there is any more question, but if like Hector is saying there is no more question, so if you still like have something, please reach us out. You will see, I think, in the end of the time, our Instagram, also the LAKMÉ Instagram. You can follow us if you need any help, if you like maybe did like something creative or something which you would like to share with us, please take a photo and send it. You can send it to me. There is Gustavo Cosmo as well to help you with the things. And I really hope that you like this session. As far as I know, there will be a QR code as well where you can give your feedback, which is really important for us. So please, if you can have like 5 minutes and just like give a bit of feedback for us, do it. And I hope to see you again. And I wish for everyone a lovely day ahead. Thank you so much for being here.